Welcome to week 6, and in this lesson we are going to look at geometric construction tools. And basically what this is talking about is the tools that you can use for constraints. You'll see that a lot. Also, using dimensions will work as constraints. So this is just a real simple overview that I'm going to go through here and do. I do want you to complete the tutorial in chapter 6. And then you're going to have 3 exercises at the end of this. So you're going to do exercise 2, 5, and 6. And let's jump in here and get started. Now, this first thing is just a basic gasket design. So I'm going to go to my SolidWorks, and inside here, just File, New, and Part. And we'll get this thing fired up. So we're going to start with this thing, and I'm going to first start out with a sketch. Go to Sketch, and I'll click the frontal plane's fine. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to parametric this. I'm just going to just eyeball it out. Now let's say, for instance, I'm putting this line across here like that. And I put a line straight down here like this, and I come over, and I'm actually drawing this gasket that's in your introduction, the gasket design. I'll come over here and I'll throw a line in here or something like that, and I'll put me a circle in here somewhere, and I just real roughly threw that in there like that. It's weird. But like this line right here that needs to be going completely horizontal across, just grab it and it brings it up over here. Just hit horizontal, just like that. And also you can actually over here, this line needs to be tangent, so grab both of them at the same time. You see how there's an arc and line, and it gives you the option tangent. See how it makes it tangent there? Trim your entities, what you don't want. There we go. So we trimmed that all the way back. Now we just need to put some dimensions into this thing, and this right here, between those two, we'll just do a fix. No, I don't want to do a fix. So if you don't want that fix, you can just click on it and delete it. And you can see your little constraints there. So now what I want to do is put some dimensions to this. And when I was drawing this, I should have first went in there and told it what units I wanted. So I'll do that real quick. Exit my sketch. And I'll need to go in here and make sure that I'm on millimeters, a metric system. Let's see what we're on. Nope, we're an inch and so I need to change this to millimeters seconds. So now we switched it to millimeters, and this thing is 180. So I'm gonna go to Smart Dimension, and I'll actually click from here to here, and that is 180. And if you'll notice something, it puts your dimensions on there, but I exit the sketch. That's what's going wrong with me. So I got to go back in and go back to that sketch. So it's just like software that you've used before. Just go in back down here to Sketch, right click it, and up here is Edit to Sketch. Now we get back into where we can actually work on this thing. Smart Dimension, grab this line. This one is going to be 50. Okay, I'm going to go from this point to this point. Smart Dimension again, click from here to here. This overall is 180. Okay, it's fine. Let's go ahead and get this dimension right here. That one is, so it'd be 115 minus 50. Boom, gets all that in there. It's looking good. We go Smart Dimensions from this corner to this circle. And that one is 200. And whoop, you're like, what just happened there? So we can fix that. All I have to do is I can, right here, this line and this line, they should be perpendicular with one another. Catch that and that, and I want them to be perpendicular. And it straightens everything back up. We're using our constraints. Okay, that's good, and this center should be lined right up with this. So let's see if I can get that to work. That wasn't what I was wanting to do. Let's undo that. Let's just use a smart dimension. We can actually go about it that way too. Make it 0. And see, you can, whenever you got those dimensions in, they constrain as well. So far, everything is coming into play and it's looking pretty good. I just got to shoot this line on over, and I'll do that by doing an extend entities. Shoot that on over to there, and I'll trim out. Now I need to trim this out right here. So what I want to do is come up to trim entities, and there's all kinds of options here that you can use. Trim to closest, let's use that. Select an entity to trim to the nearest intersection entity or to drag the entity. And there we go. And again, all I did on that, and you just got to finish it, but I'll show you that again, is when you got that in there, there's all kinds of different choices here to use. Trim to closest, and I just went there and clicked, and it took that out. Right clicked or escape to get out of the command. So make sure now everything is looking pretty good. Now I got some fillets that I got to put in here, and it's no big deal. You've got up here you got your fillet command right here, and my fillet is 25 on this, 25, and I've got a 25 fillet right here and there. I got one right here and right there. I got one here and here. So check mark that. And then I also have a fillet. I got another one that's 10 millimeter. And I've got it right here and there. Now, I do have some issues. This right here should only be 40 millimeters, so I need to go ahead and smart dimension that. I didn't get that one done yet. From there to there should be 40. And that looks a little bit better. Okay, so at this point, everything is looking great, and those constraints help tremendously to work with things and keep things lined up to where they need to be. So now at this point I want to use my offset tool, offset, and all you have to do is 10 millimeter offset. This is actually wanting a 15 millimeter offset. Just come in here, and this is going to the inside of this. You just click to the inside, and there it is, and then just check mark, and you got it. Now we've got all of the sketch drawn out. We've got it offset. It's going to be a gasket. So now let's exit our sketch, and when we do that, I'll kind of tilt it just a little bit. Now I want to show you something a lot of people get confused on when you have two different boundary lines inside of SolidWorks. When you go up to extrude, if you'll notice something, you come over here and it's not really selecting it like some other softwares you've had before. A lot of them automatically selects the profiles and all that, but this one doesn't. A lot of people like to, you can come over here and click on that like that, and you can actually grab that and pull it, but you notice it's not catching that inside boundary. Okay, so let's just close out of that, and I'll show you. What you want to do on this is whenever you come to extrude and emboss, come in here because it's asking you select a plane on which to sketch the feature's cross section or an existing sketch to use for the feature. If you got these two objects in here like that, come over here and find you like a center point like that and click on it, and it automatically will pick up those features. It's a really quick, easy way to do it. Now this thing is supposed to be, I don't have a dimension on that, but I'll say probably about 5 millimeters or something like that. And of course, there's different things you can pick there, but we're just doing a blind and it's going this direction here. You can flip it back and forth whichever way you want, but select OK, and then there is your solid. So that is kind of tricky if you've never done that before. If you've had two closed boundaries and you want to pick that material in between, just click on that one of these little points and it provides you a plane. Okay, so like I said this week, work on those 3 exercises and get this tutorial done for me. And if you have any questions, contact me at any time. Thank you.